So I'm Illustrator. I'm the producer of Prince of Persia: Warrior Within. Prince of Persia: Warrior Within is a sequel of Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time. And of course, when we started the development of that project, we wanted to do something very impressive for the beginning, but without changing everything, because Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time was a very good game, a wonderful success for Ubisoft. And we say, okay, now we have to change something, but there is a lot of things that are very good in the Sands of Time. We should keep that because people enjoy playing with that game. What could we improve? What could we change to be sure that the sequel will be different, but not radically different? And then we decide to go in two directions. We decide to change completely the art direction to offer something, a different immersion in a different universe.
We did not want to remain into something that might be completely oriental. We wanted to have something that might be a bit more fantastic in a way, with many Gothic backgrounds and Gothic elements and details that might really give something a bit more sharp and aggressive to the whole game. So we kept a few oriental concepts that really appear in the game, and there's something definitely oriental about the whole game.
Yeah, at the beginning of the game, we knew that we wanted a darker, stronger prince, and a darker, stronger game with a lot of enemy that we can slash, a little bit more mature in a way for this game. So sound-wise, what we wanted to do, first, for the music, we wanted to have a darker tone in the music, so we tried to have more darker music and also more music than what we had in Pop Sands of Time.
And we chose to go in a dark universe, something that will be similar, compliant with the story. And we changed to improve some of the game experience, to make the game experience deeper, not change it radically, because I think people really like the mix of gameplay of the Sands of Time. And the main point we work on, it's a combat system, and we work on something that we call the free-form fighting system. I think the story, it's something that for all of the Prince of Persia game will be a big point of the game. For Warrior Within, of course, we wanted to have a very strong story, and we decided to go with a link between what happened in the Sands of Time. So there is a strong link between the Sands of Time and Warrior Within. In fact, if you remember the story of the Sands of Time, I guess you will remember the end when the prince just inserts a dagger in the hourglass in front of the vizier. He says, "I prefer to die than giving you the dagger." And then he recovers the full story. And that, for us, changed the fate of the prince. He should have died at the end of the Sands of Time, and now he is doomed. When you will start the game, you will know that the prince will die. Of course, he's a hero. He doesn't want to die. He will try to find solution, and one of the solutions is try to reach the island of time, the place where the Sands of Time have been created. There, he may find solution to resolve this. Yeah, I think the time paradox is a major feature of the Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time and Warrior Within. So you will have back the rewind. I think that many people enjoy that feature because it removes some frustration in many situations. The slow motion power is something that will be much more useful in the combat system, because this time the prince won't be affected by the slow motion. Fast forward one more time, we will change the rules. They will make the prince much more powerful, and we will have some others. On another one, it's a time travel, as you said. In fact, so the prince, when he will reach the island of time, he will find portals. The portals will enable the prince to travel between the present and a period in the past. We don't know exactly how many years before it was. That's it.
Time traveling required us to pull out 2 level design for each environment that you visit, like in the past and in the present. So each time we would design an environment, we would start by designing it in the past version, because it's all the constructed version. And of course, it requires us to think ahead and really find some cool ideas for the present version, which would be destroyed. And we design both in parallel, so it requires like twice the amount of planning we had for initial, well, for one level. So now we design a level with twice the amount of time to have twice much more gameplay in this level.
The freeform fighting, as we call him, it's a new combat system that we have created for while I was in it. The link between all of the moves that the prince were able to do in the Sand of Time using the environment, acrobatic move, wallings, and the abilities he has in combat with multi-enemies around, so multi-fight enemies. And we mix all that together. So that gives the freeform fighting. You have many ways to defeat your enemies. You could use 2 weapons, so now the prince will have 2 weapons, so you have many combos related to the secondary weapons. The game, yeah, you are still in a unique place, so the castle of the Island of Time, but we have 2 different periods, so it's true that you may be lost in that castle, but as which the graphical environment will be really differentiate between the present and the past. You will know at any time where you are and which period you are. So that will be very helpful for the player to know what he has to do, where he is, and where he has to go. So I'm not sure the player will be lost at all, and of course we want that. But about the linearity of the game, you still have objectives to meet. I know it's very. You have a story to follow. The story is something that's very important through the game. You will have many events that happen all of the time. You have many interactions between the characters that will explain you what you have, where you are in the story and what you have to do. And I think that that's the story that will conduct the player into the game.